Hey guys, Devall here for ToyWorldOrder. You know, every Christmas I've done something different for you guys, and well, not different, but presented you a look at my toy collection and what's going on down in the toy, But this year we decided to do it a little different, and basically I'm carrying the camera around on a pole here, and I decided we decided instead of my toy collection, we're going to give you a tour of the one and only my best friend, Dave Draper's toy collection, and it's a doozy. Let me tell you that. It's Dave Draper!
Yay!
Dave, we're in your house.
Ho ho ho!
We're in your house. You got that's a nice little Santa hat on.
Yeah.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the monstrosity known as the Draper Museum of Toys, and we're going to take a look at a lot of this today. Dave and I are going to take a walk around and give you a narrated tour of this collection, and we're going to try to look at not each and every piece, but we're going to give you a pretty broad overview of just about everything that's in this place. So
Sure.
Yes?
Sure.
Yes,
Sure.
yes, comma yes?
Yes, comma yes.
Oh, okay. And as you can see, Dave is at his grumpy best, so. Dave is upset that there are cameras in the house. And
People in my space.
were you wearing little reindeer? Those are little reindeer antlers. Those were cute.
Sorry. I guess I didn't read on camera.
I missed it. Well, I saw it, but I don't know if other people saw it. So, there's a lot of interesting things in Dave's collection. One of which being the LJN
Greater
Dune.
than Star Wars.
Stop it.
I have it clipped out, a magazine headline that was Dune greater than Star Wars.
Which pretty interesting is Dave has a collection of the figures complete with all their accessories.
Yeah, I got. There was a guy we assume worked at LGN, had all the accessories on eBay.
Yeah, the sandworm. The sandworm.
That one's worth a lot of money.
I know, man. And the silly, stupid Spice Scout.
Yeah, that was that King County when we had Kent and we were all crammed into the car, and of course I come out with this huge box. And you're like,
Yes.
Dave!
Like, where's that gonna go?
Really full up some C2E2.
Dave's like, I don't know, but
I don't care, but it's the one thing I need.
pretty great figures from LJN though. I think.
One of my favorite accessories is the cat.
Yes, right there.
The cat that you have to milk.
Yep. There's the little key cat in the little cage.
And then they never made a Thurfer Hawat.
No. So, moving down the shelf. From,
I know, that's just one thing. And it's
just one thing.
So many stories.
Yeah, so many stories. Dave took quite a fascination to the Four Horsemen's Outer Spacemen figures.
One of those lines. I saw that in the Tomar's Price Guide, the original ones, the Colorform ones.
Yes.
I always thought it was fascinating and kind of cool. And then Four Horsemen did them in 4-inch kind of Glyos style. And,
yes.
I thought it was really cool, and I held off buying them because I just thought they would not be an affordable thing to get into, and I missed the opening.
Yeah.
And I've managed, I think, to get a complete series up to a certain point.
Yeah, a complete run of them. And then, of course, on the shelf here, Dave's got some
Buck Rogers.
Some great Buck Rogers. Yeah.
That was stuff that came out in the 70s because there was a little science fiction film called Star Wars that was popular.
Everybody was making a cash grab
they were
for the Wars of the Stars. Some more Four Horsemen Outer Spacemen, and then, of course, the Space Warriors Colorform Adventure Set, which is the Colorform's Outer Spacemen Colorform set. Why it's not called Outer Spacemen, I don't know, but
it's weird.
Yeah. And then, of course, Dave's got a number of Glyos figures and the Four Horsemen Power Lords, and a couple of Glyos figures from the Skeleton Warriors campaign there.
Yeah, the one little blue guy is just a random blue guy that we did a review of Glyos figures once, and there were extras.
There were extras. Moving down, we get some of Dave's sci-fi stuff, including.
Originally there was a
theme.
Long time ago. There were themes that were a little better spelled out.
Right.
One of them was 80s stuff, and I realized that Starship Troopers was not an 80s movie, nor was Independence Day, but
yes.
Yeah, as I said, that was a long time ago. There were themes. So got a boxed V the Visitor.
Yep. These great customs back here in clamshells that were made by our buddy Joa Dwar.
Yep.
Which were kind of cool. Some great, of course, for all the Scientologists out there, the awful great Battlefield Earth toy line.
I remember the first time you came down here, you were like, not a lot of people display their Battlefield Earth figures, Dave.
It's very true. A very expensive figure right there in the form of the Starship Aliens bug.
Starship Troopers bug.
Or Starship Troopers, I mean Starship Aliens. Starship Troopers bug. Some great Tron stuff, including some of the vintage line and some of the newer stuff, the coins and the coin bag that was given away at San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con, yeah.
And then some Terminators.
Apparently one of them has already been defeated.
Yes, one of them has been defeated there. He's like,
yeah, that happens.
And then going down, we've got Dave's shelf of kind of
What's $6 Million Man,
yep.
and then just generic space stuff.
Now, what's funny about this is Dave has $6 Million Man figures from Zyka Toys.
Yes.
Back there.
Yes.
But in the original line, he just says Oscar Goldman and Bigfoot. No Steve Rogers.
When I was a kid,
Or Steve
actually,
Austin.
the one figure I had was Oscar Goldman.
Was Oscar Goldman.
I don't know why.
Which
my neighbor had Steve, and he had Bigfoot.
And then some great space toys. The figures from.
The figures, I can't remember where the figures are from. It's some obscure line, and the two satellite-looking things are from that line. And then the other stuff is Chat May.
Yeah, the Chat May stuff's always great.
Like the spider, the lander, and the lem is just the coolest thing, and those separate, and you can put figures in there. And for a company that kind of does cheap knockoff stuff, that was a really cool toy.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn cool.
Very accurate.
And then moving down, there's some cars down here.
Stuff on the bottom shelf tends to be kind of not exactly junk, but the less priority stuff.
Odds and ends of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we get to move up to the top shelf of the next bookcase here. Some great Shadowrun figures, which were actually a game too from the makers of HeroClix.
Yeah, that was one. They did not have those in the regular action figure aisle, so I never realized they had got. I knew they were supposed to make them, but I never saw them in stores.
Yeah.
And a couple years ago, I found out they had gotten made, and like within 2 weeks, I had all of them.
Yeah, and Dave does have the whole run. This is just
the whole run.
This is just 6 of the. Yep.
Yeah.
And then the other ones over here. We'll right here. There's the rest of the Shadowrun figures there.
Because I was a big fan of the actual role playing game.
Yes.
When it first came out.
And we'll get to that here in a second because there's a lot of stuff. Yep. Germs. Dave's got a complete collection of germs.
Again, that's one. This little guy right here was one that my college roommate gave me. Because I always joke that was the guy that was the germ of the gunk in your eye when you wake up.
Yes. Great little line from Worlds of Wonder though.
World of Wonder,
same company that made Teddy Ruxpin. Believe it or not. And
it's
then
one World of Wonder thing that I collect that you don't.
Yeah. And then some great, there's a couple of...
Little D&D LGN figures.
Yep.
Or actually, no, those are the TSR figures.
TSR, and then Rainbow Dash back here. Because she is the destroyer of worlds. She's a monster.
She's on the monster shelf.
Moving down, we get more monsters here on Dave's collection here. Including, of course, the Hot Wheel for Christine.
Yes. Well, for actually a 70... Or 57.
57 Plymouth, yeah. And then,
that's
of course,
a hunt, too, so that was, like, fun prying that out of the...
of course, some great reaction figures there.
Big Trouble in Little China,
yep.
Which fit because they're ghosts.
Yeah. And you got a lot of the...
most of those are the actual Remco monster figures.
Dracula, Wolfman, Mummy, Frankenstein.
Yeah, everybody but Bride and Invisible Man.
Yeah.
And then that's the actual playset, the little vinyl case playset.
Yeah, which is pretty darn cool. Yep. And then get some great McFarlane stuff, a couple of snake people.
Again, man, there's another monster shelf that it's...
This one.
No. Over there. Stuff keeps getting moved over here.
Yeah.
Because it also bumps into the superhero.
Of course, you get the monsters, you get the Scooby-Doo gang.
Yep.
Daphne's...
Yeah, we're probably going to hit one or two toppled over figures.
Yeah. And then some great, of course, some of the Marvel Legends horror figures.
Yeah, it's mostly McFarlane.
Bum Thulu down here.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
That was I realized I had all the little mini monster play sets, and I thought I might as well display them. It's kind of crummy that they're all in a bin.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a bookcase. There's a hastily constructed bookcase upstairs of horror novels.
Yes. And Dave, of course, had to hunt down a couple of them that he was missing, but...
No, well, I mean, I put them together over time. There was one in particular that I finally got at this year's C2E2.
Yeah, the monster sets were really cool McFarlane made, so... And, of course, moving down, we get some Sideshow product here of, like, the...
It gets really random.
Yeah, it does.
It's sort of like guys that sort of look like fish guys from Cthulhu and Innsmouth guys.
Heisenberg!
Originally, these guys kind of matched the stuff on the shelf, so those were like thrillers and crime novels.
And then we get to the Dungeons & Dragons, the LJN and TSR line. Of course, there were two companies. Those of you that don't realize that a lot of the miniatures...
I didn't realize that until our friend Benjamin Spencer told us.
A lot of these guys here, the miniatures and these little guys here were actually done by TSR, the company that then created and owned Dungeons & Dragons. And you had the line from LJN, which was consisted of like the dragons here and the riders. And of course, you come down here and we've got more the horses and the riders.
And of course, they're with all my D&D books,
Dave's D&D stuff. So
which is a pretty not totally comprehensive, but a pretty good sweep from 1st to 5th edition.
Yeah, it's pretty good there. The
kind of slack off once we get to 4th edition. I'm like,
The Tower of Fangs playset.
Fortress of Fangs,
I mean. And of course, Dave has everything pretty much.
I do now.
Yep, all the shield.
Yep.
firing.
The Ogre King was the last thing I needed.
Yep.
The shield firing Ogre King,
which is pretty cool. And then again, a lot of the LJN, a lot of the these are all LJN figures here.
Yeah, that's a complete. I think except for Warduke, that's every figure in the line. Warduke and Steelheart.
Who are
there in the horses?
Yeah. Who are in the horses and an extra Steelheart.
Well, because he's the horses and the dragons. They have like the old Tauntaun saddles where there's a trap door in the toy.
Yeah.
And then the saddles have like legs molded onto them.
Yeah.
And so there's both the dragon and the horse are specifically done for Steelheart, which is kind of poopy, but
yeah, very interesting. And then of course we come down here more of the TSR stuff.
Dragon magazine, a bunch of back issues, a bunch of Knights of the Dinner Table. Back issues.
Mattel's Electronics Dungeons and Dragons Computer Labyrinth game, which one day will get played on board.
Yeah, that was one that I had. That's not the one I had. Like a lot of stuff here, almost none of it is what I had as a kid. But I did have that game as a kid.
Dave's got a boxed Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Treasure of Terramin for Intellivision, which is a really bad game, but still. Yeah. And then some more things, some more novels and stuff.
Some of the leftover figures and some of the novels.
And then we've got even more Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I mean, Dave's Dungeons and Dragons stuff.
This is the role playing.
There's adventure. Yeah, the role playing stuff. There's adventure and a little button.
Which is a game that I loved on the old Atari 2600 and. Fans of Ready Player One it's a big part of that book and it will be part of the movie, I would imagine.
Yes, but yeah, Dave's role playing section, which is pretty immense.
Shadowrun and Rifts were two big ones that I loved.
Yes, Dave's got a lot of Rift stuff. So
yeah,
and then of course some of the box stuff down here. Yeah, a lot of the Steve Jackson games, West End games. Some great stuff. Ghostbusters is good.
The old Star Wars role-playing game.
This is one. Dave sealed board the card game.
Yes.
Done by our good buddy Chris Sheets. So, which is pretty cool. And then again, some random Spawn figures.
Just leftover Spawn figures.
Yeah. Fans of board will find those two games very. Mostly Dave owns those because of board.
Well, I always wanted Bigfoot.
Yes.
To be fair, I always wanted the Bigfoot game when I was a little kid, and then Slime Monster we played on.
That was a Christmas present from me.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Dave actually owns the Bigfoot game some Marvel Legends hiding out over here.
Yeah, those are like really rare, expensive ones that got replaced by better figures, but
they don't. I
just didn't want to put them away.
Yeah,
because they're valuable.
And Dave's got a special place in his heart for Michael Jordan.
Yes, I am from North Carolina. I lived in Durham. My mother went to grad school at the University of North Carolina right at the time that Jordan was playing.
Yeah.
So Michael Jordan was and then we moved here to Springfield. So Jordan was always a big hero in our household.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. A lot of Jordan stuff, though.
A lot of Jordan stuff. Well, it was the one time that my mom actually didn't hate my toy collecting.
Dave's got some Mattel electronic. Games there, which are kind of cool.
The football one's the one that I played all the time as a kid, and then it's like, oh, they had other ones?
Auto Race.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn neat. Then we get down to some little, there's where the Lego Doctor Who set that we just reviewed on Toy World Order recently, and some of the...
again, this is the Doctor Who stuff is a relatively recent transplant from another part of the collection.
Yes. As well as Dave's copy of C-Lab 2020 and Columbo on Milton Bradley games.
It's funny, my neighbors came over to look at the basement one day, and the most excited they got was the Columbo detective game. Because the husband loved Columbo.
Columbo.
He's a good man. I'm glad to be your neighbor.
And then Dave's got, of course, a bunch of Back to the Future stuff, including the reaction figures sitting inside the Diamond Select Back to the Future 2 DeLorean there.
Yeah, I've got all three.
All three.
Well, there's a new one that's like the ice-coated one, but I don't have that.
Yeah. The Minimates...
Minimates DeLorean,
Lego Hot Wheels, Lego. And then we get to some cool Doctor Who stuff.
It's a time travel theme.
Yeah, the awful K9 figure from the Australian show.
The figure's fine, but the show was garbage.
The show was garbage. And then some great Daypole and...
Dennis Fisher.
Dennis Fisher.
/ Mego.
Yep. But Dave's got quite a few of the Daypole Doctor Who figures, which are pretty cool.
That's another one that I remember looking at the Tomorrow's Guide going, those are so neat.
Yep. Notice there's a PVC figure of Doctor 2. It's because they didn't...
Yeah, there's some kind of weird subline where they did PVC figures.
Yeah, they did PVC figures, so...
And I love how, like, none of them... Like the third Doctor is completely out of scale with everybody.
Yeah.
He's a giant.
He is a giant. And, of course, some more Doctor Who stuff just to the right of that.
Yeah, this is the modern stuff.
A lot of the modern stuff. A lot of the underground toys.
Underground toys.
And then the Dennis Fisher...
the original Tom Baker.
Tom Baker. And then the... who redid those? Diamond?
Yes, Diamond selected the Leela.
Yeah, Leela.
And then the Time Crash thing is very precious to me because that was the first night of my very first Comic-Con, and literally they were the only store that would sell me anything.
Oh, yeah. And of course, a little bit more Doctor Who stuff.
bad
down here.
guys,
Yeah,
the
the bad
Daleks.
guys, the Daleks, and Davros, and Weeping
Morbius.
Angel, and Morbius.
Again, I had a friend from college here the other day, and he's like, "Oh, they have Morbius." I was like, "Yep, they do.
Yes, they do.
2 of them."
Yes. Very cool line. Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Dave's very...
another big favorite of mine. The Gizmo is actually the one that I had as a kid, which is why he's all dirty and messed up.
beat up, yeah.
Well loved.
Yes, very well loved. Some of the great LJN stuff, the posables there, the big ones, and some of the little PVCs that LJN did.
Yep.
And a lot of the NECA stuff, Dave. The NECA did a
of the NECA
really good job on the
Yeah.
Gremlin stuff. I mean, just really gorgeous Spider Gremlin.
I have no
and-
idea where I'm going to cram the Bat Gremlin. But
Yeah,
I'll figure it
yeah.
out.
Dave was very excited when they announced the Bat Gremlin, and then very sad because he's like, "Where's it gonna go?"
Yeah.
And some great Funko.
Yeah, like as much as I slag on Funko, like the Gremlins figures were one of the better ones they did.
Yes. And then a couple of random things down here, some tick
Random
stuff,
Tick stuff.
the steel
Random-
box, and
Yeah.
our knockoff Serco
Yeah.
tiger that looks very
Very
familiar.
Hobbs-esque.
Yeah, it's very Hobbs-esque. So very, very cool. But continuing with the walk, David.
All right.
Let's
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know. Get Dave on camera. No. Dave's got a great display case right in the middle of the room here that's pretty much an all Batman case. But
Yeah, this is a Batman case.
at the top, he's got a lot of the NECA stuff, a lot of the Matty Collector stuff, especially like the Dark. I don't know if Dark Knight was Matty
he's
Collector.
a,
It was
he's a
Mattel.
DC Direct one. Actually.
DC Direct, yeah.
I have the Mattel one, but he's writing the
He's
horse.
yeah. I got you. The Toy Biz Batcave, a lot of the Ertl stuff, and then you come down to here. We'll open this here.
Yeah,
The bottom sticks. Mine sticks too on the bottom. But inside you see the Hot Toys Bank Robber Joker, Keaton's Batman, Bale's Batman.
Yeah, it's a movie TV show theme for the top shelf.
Yeah, Hot Toys movie Joker there, which is pretty cool.
That's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
That was like the minute they announced it, I was like, I'm spending the money.
It's a beautiful. Just beautiful figures.
On take a picture of him, it looks like the actor.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
All the Mattel Batman '66 stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's the Searchlight from The Dark Knight Rises.
Rises.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Build the toy.
Go down, and Dave's got some Catwoman stuff on the second shelf and some Penguin stuff.
I like Catwoman.
Yeah, Dave's got an infatuation with Catwoman. We'll get to his other infatuation soon, but
Well, there's a couple of running themes, and one
Yes.
of them is. Well, we'll get to it.
Catwoman, Penguin,
Yeah, it's Catwoman and a couple of the other memorable enemies, and then we get down to the Joker.
Joker, which is pretty cool. A lot of great Joker stuff.
Yeah. Joker, I mean, even though it's a cliche, Joker is my favorite Bat villain.
And then we get down to some of the other oddballs, some of the Kenner stuff.
Some of the Kenner stuff, it's kind of the movie theme.
Yeah.
Um,
You can see down there, he's
Line.
got some of the Kenner figures and pretty cool, nice little Batman. And then as you round the corner, as we close that up there, there we go. Yeah, as you round the corner from the Batman, you get the Batman Forever Batcave playset, which is huge. As you can see, it takes up.
monster.
It is a ginormous piece of real estate, and a lot more Batman figures hiding amongst the
yeah, just kind of randomly.
Matty Collector.
That's the Matty Collector.
Yep.
Dark Knight.
But you can tell. I mean, this thing is huge. I mean, it is just a giant playset,
It's a beast.
which makes it one of the harder Batman playsets to find, especially to find complete. I think Dave's is missing one tiny part.
It's missing the gun that goes in this top thing over
Yeah,
here.
that goes on that top thing there, but who cares? It's a gun. You can kind of, I mean, it just literally, that's the end of the Batman Forever playset. So if I come back a little bit and give you a shot, it's just ginormous. And then down here, under some of these, Dave's got a lot of his Batmobile collection under here. Like
like it seemed thematically appropriate.
yeah, it did seem thematically. The Bat Pod and
Tumblr.
the Tumbler and a couple more tiny tumblers down here. The Bat Boat from Batman Forever. Yeah, the Toy Biz Batmobile in its shell. I think it's under there. It's under there.
That shell is super fragile.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. Bruce Wayne and a carded Skyscape Joker back there, and the original, the one that started all the NECA movie stuff off, the '89 Batman there for the DC heroes. So some more Mattel stuff. The Mattel Batmobile and this last year's Comic-Con exclusive.
No, it wasn't exclusive. I mean, they have it at Toys R Us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Bat accessory.
Yeah.
It's basically an accessory pack.
Yeah.
The Bat computer and
And then we get the
ski boat.
the ski
and
boat,
the
the Bat missile.
I mean, I have the whole vehicle for the Bat missile, but I mean, I already have another Actually, I think that other Batmobile is a Bat Missile
Right.
Batmobile. So
We come over to the Superpowers Batmobile, the Arkham Knight
Batmobile.
Batmobile. There's some Hot Wheel Batmobiles down here.
yeah,
Do-do-do-do-do. Then the recalled
I think it was
Legends of Batman.
No, I don't think it was the Legends. I think it was just the Mattel Batman line before
I gotcha.
before Super Friend.
Yep. Recalled because of the fins back there.
Superheroes, DC Superheroes, which was the precursor to DC
gotcha.
Universe Classics.
Some more Hot Wheels down there.
Yeah,
A Batman Beyond figure, like one of Dave's lone
Blight,
Batman Beyond
yeah.
figures. Yeah,
Blight was cool.
Blight was a cool villain. And then
Batman Beyond Batmobile and the Brave and the Bold Batmobile.
yeah, Brave and the Bold Batmobile. So some cool stuff there. And at the end of this, he's got, of course, the other Bat Missile Batmobile there, and the Batwing, and the animated. Yep, the animated series. You'll see the larger scale animated series.
Upstairs.
Yeah, it's upstairs. Dave does have the big DC Direct.
I do have the big DC Direct. We reviewed it.
Yes, we did.
You can watch that video.
Death of Superman, Mattel's 2 figures there, Doomsday and the Superman in the black suit there.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Continue around the corner, you get Ghostbusters!
Yep.
All over the slime monster on top of the firehouse there. So a bunch of Ghostbuster villains, and the firehouse, and of course the Ecto-1, and Matty Collector, Slimer, and Peter Venkman there. Dave's got a bunch of the figures inside the firehouse there, and a bunch of the ghosts hanging out.
They have one of each main character.
Yeah. And of course, Dave's got a selection of the Mattel stuff down here. The Matty Collector.
The Toys R Us box set. And
the Lego set there. Some mini-mates. It's cool stuff.
Yeah, thematically, it was supposed to originally be Kenner. There was like a Kenner Tonka shelf.
Yes. But that got out of the way because...
Well, it's sort of gotten complicated. It gets messed up.
You come down to Buck Rogers?
Yeah, Mego by Buck Rogers.
Yep.
Buck Rogers by Mego.
And is that that's the whole line, right?
Well, the rest of it's over there.
The rest of it's over there, but...
Yeah, I do have the whole line. I just got the Starfighter, which is a pain in the butt to get.
The vehicle I'm looking at right now?
Yes, the vehicle you're looking at right
Yeah.
now. I've had the Draconian Starfighter, which is over there in the box for a long time, and the ground vehicle.
Yeah, some more Mego stuff over here
Yeah,
from Dave.
it's kind of a Mego shelf.
Black Hole.
Black Hole, Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard. It's almost a full run of Dukes of Hazzard stuff for Dave.
Except for some of the cars.
Yep. Boss Hogs.
Boss Hogs Caddy, which was very hard to get, and then there were 2 police cars. I can't remember if it was Chips or Dukes of Hazzard that had the 2 police cars.
There's a very odd line of girl toys down here, which Dave took a fascination for because it was
called Wow Girls.
Wow Girls. It was a '90s line, right?
It was a '90s line. It's 3 3/4 inch female action figures, and those are actually, girls don't get made a lot.
No, they don't.
Joe gets lonely.
Dave really got the bug because they made this Pizza Girl.
Yeah,
here.
that was one of the main ones that I wanted. She looks like Pizza Girl from the episode 1.
Yeah, from the Star Wars commercials for Pizza Hut. And Dave's got a Lost Boys attack raft down here.
Yep.
Which is kind of funny.
I remember you got that, and I thought that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I got it, and I'm like, it's not that cool.
That is the Mego Flash Gordon and the ship pod that actually came with the inflatable.
Yeah.
So that's the shuttle part, the removable part. But the shuttle was far too damaged to display. Last Action Hero. Yep. The vehicle from that.
Again, kind of random.
Yeah.
When you get to the bottom, things tend to get random.
There's some Mego Chips figures.
Mego Chips figures, including Sarge, and then some
CB McCall.
DC.
Which is another great Mego line, right?
Another crazy Mego line. From
Yeah.
Cashing in on that CB craze.
Yep, that CB, the actual truck here actually had a working CB microphone. Like a actual...
it had a microphone. I don't know if it was a real CB microphone.
Well, no, but it was a real working kind of thing.
Kind of.
And then the bad guy's vehicle blew up.
It turned into like a battering ram or something?
Yeah.
No, these things are old and fragile, so I haven't played with them.
Dave hasn't played with them a whole lot. Then we get Kenner's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, along with some of their...
I suppose I have to acknowledge Josh Flood for his help.
Yeah. Getting the Sherwood Forest play set. And then, of course, some of the figures famously use slightly modified molds from like the Superpowers and Star Wars lines.
So I kind of buy Superpowers figures to put with my Robin Hood figures.
Yeah.
Backwards, but that's who I am.
And then that's the Croc from Hook.
He had to go somewhere.
That's right.
He's cool. He's too cool not to leave somewhere.
The battering ram from Prince of Thieves.
Yes.
Which is basically the Ewok battle. Yeah. And then we come down here and we've got one of many steel monsters. Yeah.
It's kind of the oddball out. It's the only one that has like battery powered and it's made out of plastic instead of metal.
And then if we move over just a little bit, we get the rest of the steel monster stuff here.
The shelf only was so wide.
Yeah. Which steel monsters are great Tonka line. That's
it's one of those
super
brilliant
tough.
Tonka lines that came out right after a Thunderdome.
Yeah.
And they basically just grafted a bunch of weapons and extra stuff to their regular vehicles, and it was like, hey, it's a Mad Max thing.
Yeah, it's pretty darn kooky and cool looking.
I'm 2 figures away from having all the figures.
Yes. Which is pretty darn neat. So
yeah.
Very cool.
And I have all the vehicles.
All the vehicles.
That actually came out.
And then we've got a mass vehicle down here.
Yeah, random mass vehicle.
Which is I don't remember the name of the vehicle. The Tonka Indian RV, which is part of Dave's. This isn't Dave's childhood one, but
no, but that's a vehicle that was a huge. Speaking of Mad Max, like there were countless chases across the floor with that thing being the lead chase vehicle with all my Star Wars figures.
It was your Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, it was my Millennium Falcon for a little while, ironically, given Spaceballs.
Yeah, dumped it downstairs and everything else.
Well, that was usually the end of the Mad Max chase sequences.
Yes. And then up here we've got some more oddball Robin Hood Prince of Thieves figures, including the 2 figures that basically share the body for Prince Nottingham.
Love each other very, very much. You get a Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes, it's very true. Basically, the same head sculpt modified a little bit for Nottingham. Not much, shrunk down just a little bit, but you get an idea there. And then of course, Dave and I have a infatuation for the Waterworld line.
Well, I mostly just had the Trimaran, and then just recently,
through our buddy Dealer Dan, the Trimaran and Dealer Dan.
Well, yeah, recently I bought a bunch of them off of Dealer Dan.
Yeah, so
Dave, we're both one short away from having complete.
Yes, we are, which is super sad to say.
Some random Jurassic Park vehicle because it didn't fit.
Because it didn't fit, yeah. A few of the Jurassic Park figures.
Yeah.
And you move up to more great Kenner stuff, including Bill and Ted's phone booth.
Yep, that was another one from our friend Dealer Dan.
Yeah. Some RoboCop figures, which is a great line no matter what. I still think it's one of the best Kenner lines besides Star Wars, I think, because it's fun. Dave's got a boxed Robocycle and a boxed Ed 260.
Or is it 260 or
260? Yeah, it's Ed 260. Some Stargate figures. Some boxed, the boxed Mastage and the Cruise, the all-terrain cruiser. Some great Shadow stuff, which, again, you see parallels between Dave and I's collection time, because
I always thought the cars were cool.
Yeah, the cars were very cool. Kind of cheesy, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some Swamp Thing stuff there.
Yeah, I bought those basically just to have them on the counter shelf at this point.
Yeah. And then a boxed Predator Blade Fighter.
Again?
Yeah.
Just to have as a counter shelf.
And then moving up, we've got some Congo figures.
Yep.
Dave and I have the complete run of Congo. And then, of course, back here is the Jurassic Park 2...
Mobile Command Center.
The Mobile Command Center.
Again, another one that just didn't fit in with the other Jurassic Park stuff.
Yeah, it's a giant playset.
The monster.
Yeah. But then up here we've got some...
This is Glamour Gals.
Yes.
It's a 70s, 80s girls toy line. They were, again, 4-inch figures.
Dave bought the ship because...
It's amazing.
And they... Very, very well housed.
No. It went the other way around. I got the Love Boat figures.
Oh, okay.
Which were made by Mego.
Right.
I got those for the ship, not the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Like, I bought that because it's an amazing playset, and it's just got all this, like, furniture and it's just tiny little details.
It's pretty darn cool. Dave's only carded Golden Girls Shihara right there.
I figured I might as well get one.
And then, of course, the car here is...
the car was something I've always wanted. Like, as a kid, I thought
Firebird? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the fancy Firebird.
Yeah. And then
he's got
a little Golden Girls horse.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Well, at some point you get invested.
And then moving over to the next... for good or ill. Dave's got a lot of the old Ideal...
Zim 21?
Zim 21 and the... Zeroids and the Space Knight?
Well, the Night of Darkness.
Night of Darkness, that's what it is. As well as some old Star World and Space Case
some old
carrying cases. Yeah, but
carrying cases.
Great Zeroids there. Dave's picked up.
Tommy wind-up robots.
Yeah, some Tommy wind-up robots there. The Star Fortress, which is familiar to anyone who had I think awards catalog or Sears catalog in the 70s, early 80s. This was offered through that catalog, wasn't it?
Late 70s because I had it back in North Carolina.
Yeah, so big vinyl playset that folds out.
And then the little escape pod at the top pops off. And
it's pretty cool. Some great stuff like the Planet Apes boxed treehouse from Mego.
That's another one that I had as a kid.
which is pretty darn cool. And then these neat little mini mags, the safari hunting.
That's another Dealer Dan thing. He had those. I'm like, those are neat. I want those.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. Dealer Dan he's like, I don't even know what they are exactly, but
they're cool.
Multiple toy makers made those. Some Mego Planet of the Apes figures.
A couple guys go with the playset.
Yeah, and then some great the great Mark's toy line.
Mark Safari.
Which
again, I had most of the animals as a kid.
Which of course they're
they have wheels on the bottom to roll.
Yeah, and
then, most of them have kind of action feature.
It's great, but the rhino, the elephant, the gorilla, the lion, the tiger. Oh my!
Yeah.
But it also had some great play sets too that reused some old Mark stuff that they had done in the past.
And a couple vehicles.
Yeah. Moving down the vintage. This is not the reissue. This is the vintage Mego Batcave playset.
Batcave is the vintage, yeah. The Batcave and the Batmobile are
vintage. The figures,
all the Batman figures are reissued.
Reissued, yeah. But the Remco McDonald Land figures.
Yeah, had to go somewhere.
I know, right? Why not on the vintage Batcave?
Got a law enforcement officer and a clown.
Yeah, great A-Team figures and the bad guys, literally.
That was, again, just one of those brilliant things that they were like, hey, let's just make a line of bad guys that people can just buy generically for their G.I. Joes and such.
So the 18 Combat Headquarters set back here.
Yeah.
And then the great...
two different Gabriel Lone Ranger figures. The ones based on the TV show are the bigger ones, and then the ones based on the movie are
the 70s movie, yep.
Yep.
Which are those, the big Gabriel ones, though, are spectacular.
They're very cool. That's, again, another line that I saw on the guy, and I'm like, those are neat.
That Lone Ranger was a Christmas present.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Again, Jason thinking outside the box for Dave for Christmas. Yeah. Down here is a great line that Dave really, really loves. Legends of the West.
Legends of the Wild West. Yes. It is by Empire. It is almost a regional toy line that you would buy at drugstores.
Yes.
But like the amount of stuff and detail and figures is just phenomenal.
They're pretty darn cool.
They're very cool. I have all the wagons. There's a town which I don't have, and then there's several other figures I don't have.
Yeah.
But the horses are fully articulated.
The great fire.
Wagons are cool. Yeah. Just they come with just so many. Like if you focus in on the peddler's wagon, all those individual little bottles are all individual bottles.
Yeah, they all come out of there, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty darn neat.
Yeah, it's a very cool toy line.
Yeah. And then before we move along here a little bit, here's
obviously you go from the Old West to Godzilla.
Yeah, to Godzilla. Some great Godzilla mini mates there. Dave's got a great original.
It's a reproduction.
It is a repro. Well, Godzilla King of the Monsters poster there. Great 1986 El Rotundo. It's a
that was a Toy Man buy.
Yeah, it's a Toy Man buy. And then of course Dave's got some great Godzilla figures, including the NES Godzilla from NECA.
Yeah.
The really awful 90s Godzilla.
I love the design.
The design is spectacular. Yeah. And of course a lot of the other stuff.
Those are I'm not sure where you're at, but some of those are the Microman.
Yeah.
Godzilla toys. They're literally like Micronaut figures inside of rubber suits.
Yes, which is pretty darn cool. We get Knife Head and Pacific Rim.
Yep. Sort of a kaiju theme.
Godzilla Gang.
Yep, that was a weird 70s toy line to capitalize on Godzilla's popularity. Those are all Ultraman figures except for Godzilla.
Yep.
That they just imported as Godzilla's Gang.
Dave's Shogun Warriors Godzilla and Rodan.
Yes.
Which are two very hard to find pieces in really good shape.
Yeah.
And Dave's Rodan is pretty spectacular.
It's in really good shape.
Yeah. And then, of course, the large Jakks Pacific.
The modern Jakks Pacific.
Yeah. Godzilla, which is pretty cool. Yeah, which is pretty darn neat in itself. Then some more little oddball, weird, random Godzilla stuff there.
Yeah.
Which is pretty darn cool. And, of course, NECA's Godzilla there. And then last but not least, Dave's got a little section of Lego stuff here, which is kind of fun.
Entirely too small section of Lego.
Yes, Dave's got a lot more Lego than this, but not all of it's Lego, like the Doctor Who stuff. It's Lego-esque, yeah. But of course the Lego Movie Blu-ray and just some great Lego pieces from the Lego Movie and all the Lego minifigures. One of Dave's favorite sets, which is the cruise ship.
Yes, that's actually from the Friends line.
I thought
it was cool.
If you notice, Dave's got the what's the band's name? Help me out, Dave.
Huh?
You've got a little representation of what could possibly...
the Village People.
The Village People, thank you.
Yeah.
SpongeBob and his friends there.
It's sort of an aquatic party theme.
Yeah, the Dinosaur Hunter sets, which were too short, I think. They didn't last very long.
Those sets and then some of those are they had like an individual dinosaur line too that were sold in like little plastic things.
Yeah,
some of the dinosaurs were from that.
Yeah, some of
that was from their adventure line, and they did sub themes. Like they did a Pharaoh pyramid thing, and then they did Dinosaur Hunters.
Dinosaur Hunters. Dave's got some Creos.
Down by the garbage truck where they belong.
The Toy Story 3 garbage truck there. And then some great, couple of great kind of aquatic style Lego sets there.
Yeah.
Which are pretty cool. So, cool beans. Let's move on. All right, moving on. Up here on this next bookshelf up here, there's Mork from Work. No. Yay, Mork.
Yeah, that's a Mattel. Kind of the same style as the Battlestar Galactica figures.
Yeah. And of course we've got some Star Trek Micro Machines there.
Yeah, that's what I call that's Star Trek Overflow.
Yeah. The Funko Reaction Star Trek line, which pretty terrible, honestly.
Yeah, not that great.
Yeah. And that's is that the Playmates?
Yeah, this is the Bird of Prey from Generations.
Yeah. Moving down this bookshelf, we get some fun stuff. The Fisher-Price Play Family Castle there.
Yeah, this is the Fisher-Price bookshelf aside from the top, and that's the old castle. That's another one that I had as a kid. I loved.
It's pretty cool.
All kinds of neat little details and secret things.
The circus train.
Another one that I had as a kid,
which is always fun. All the little circus animals and the ringleader and the engineer there.
Still need to get a giraffe, but other than that,
some few random Sesame Street.
Yeah, I didn't have those as a kid. I had a friend who had Sesame Street, but I didn't.
Yeah, I think those came from me.
Big Bird and Ernie did.
Yeah.
Oscar and the garbage truck I bought separately.
And then you get down to one of the most peculiar and fun Fisher-Price lines, the Fisher-Price Adventure
coolest.
People. Yes, I agree, one of the coolest, the Fisher-Price Adventure People line.
Yep.
So you get your helicopter and a lot of different boats there, and it's just some great number of different helicopters through the line.
Yeah.
It's great stuff there, man. Just
the rescue helicopter is one of those iconic toys of the 70s. Kind of blocky.
Very large and blocky.
It was very cool.
Very fragile, too, right?
Well, I wouldn't want to drop it on the blades. They do break.
And then we got some Fisher-Price Adventure People space stuff there, including a carded
X-ray person.
Yeah. Some of the great space items here.
That was post-Star Wars when they were trying to cash in.
Yeah, but some cool stuff they did, though.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Some great... This big bird here, the Alpha Probe, has some great sound effects.
Well, it's the Alpha Probe, the Alpha Star for the ground vehicle.
Yeah. The Alpha Star back there's got a little alien captured in its little capture bay there.
For that is the Opticon robot, which is basically just a magnifying glass.
Nah. Oh yeah, that transforms into...
I don't even think it transforms. I think it's just a solid piece.
And then we've got some more weird Fisher-Price Adventure People aliens there, which are always fun.
Yeah.
And that the main bad alien...
That's Braintron. I don't know if he's a bad guy or a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if they thought it through that much.
And some of the dirt bike set there.
Dirt bike and the Park Service set, which of course came with not Lassie.
Yeah, that's not Lassie.
Just a random collie that isn't Lassie at all. Like the same way the Dolphin is not Flipper.
It's not Flipper. And some more of the fun Adventure Team.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a neat little glimpse of the 70s. A lot of vans, a lot of kind of outdoorsy stuff. We get the Safari set, which is one of the coolest sets they ever did, with all the animals, the lion and the tiger, and the zebra and the giraffe and the gorilla.
Yeah.
Little family. There was a little fold-up tent. And the Jeep has a trailer, which I don't have, that had a little fold-up tent.
Yeah. The fighter jet, which was one of a couple of different ones you had to put together yourself.
Yeah, there were some of the later sets, and you actually put them together like a model almost.
Yeah. And then the TV truck here.
Van's another really classic set with all kinds of cool stuff.
Makes you wonder where they got the inspiration for the turtle cartoon Vern, or not Vern, but
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
the boss.
Yeah, the boss, because that's pretty much who it is right there.
Well, I think it's kind of a generic Lou Grant character.
And then down here we've got some of the rescue.
And the ambulance is another iconic toy.
Yeah.
From the 70s.
Of course, the dune buggy and
Land Speed Racer, and another cool van. couple of the Jeeps.
Yeah, which is pretty darn cool. It's a great line, man.
Yeah.
It's a very, very cool line. Of course, Dave's original Aliens poster.
Yeah, had that since college.
Yep, it's pretty darn cool.
One of my all-time favorite movies.
And then we get down to a very cool shelf, Tycho's Dino Riders.
Yep. That's a recent descent into madness.
Yeah, a pretty recent descent.
Like in the last 2 years.
Yeah. As you can tell, it's got all, like the
Brontosaurus is complete.
It's got all these little pieces that are either hard to find or break easily.
Yeah.
You can see his waist belt.
Yeah, the belts are usually rubber, so
yeah. Some great. It was a great line from Tycho. I mean, just an
amazing line.
A fascinating, imaginative line.
And then the toys were so good that Smithsonian reused molds.
Reused the molds for their dinosaurs because the dinosaurs were so.
I don't have any of those, but that's definitely on my list, is to get at least one Smithsonian.
Yeah.
And then when we get down there, we'll see that another. I mean, these molds were used a couple times.
Yes, they were.
Good.
Yeah. Got some more of the bad guys, the Dino Riders down here.
Yeah.
The good guys were up top, the Krulons, yeah.
A couple of random guys interspersed there. Some Toy Story toys that time forgot, and Laser Source from our pals up in Chicago.
Yep. Was that Ben Spencer or was that Brandon Michael?
It was Brandon or Ben.
Ben or Monster?
Sorry, guys. I think it was Man or Monster.
Yeah, I think it might have been Ben.
I think Ben just typed it.
Brian, I mean. Brandon, I mean.
Yeah.
Some more Krulons there. Very cool line. And then down here, the mighty T-Rex.
Mighty T-Rex.
Which was one of the coolest ones of the line.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, this is pretty darn cool. Very fragile, though.
Yeah, well, the armor accessories are pretty fragile.
Yeah. Just very thin, frail plastic. So. Yeah. And then, as Dave said, you get to see Tycho reused it yet again. A lot of these molds with Cadillacs and dinosaurs. All the dinosaurs here were reused molds from Dino Riders.
Yep.
So, pretty interesting that they did those. There's a
random Goomba.
And then, of course, the Cadillac from Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, and the two main characters from
Jack and Hannah.
Yeah, Jack and Hannah, which is pretty cool. And then some Chat-made Dino Warriors.
No,
not Chat-made. Just some oddball.
It's an oddball toy line.
Very oddball toy line. Moving on.
Yeah, this is why the Aliens poster was there.
Yeah. Well, we get a couple aliens. We'll get down to the aliens in a minute, but the Ertl Star Trek 3 line.
Yeah, this is more Star Trek Overflow.
Which the Ertl stuff is kind of tough to find on card.
Yeah, which I kind of feel bad about because I really would rather have those opened, but I got them all, I think, from Devall and Dan at a King County.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, leave them on the card.
There's a couple of Enterprises up here.
Enterprise E, and then the Reboot Enterprise, which is actually a CD case.
Yeah.
That was the Target exclusive CD case, so the 2009 movies in the disc.
And then the Mego 3/4 inch, the Enterprise bridge in the box. That's just all made out of very fragile white plastic.
Yeah, it's Halloween mask.
Yeah, it's Halloween mask level plastic. It's pretty bad, but.
And then we have the entire Mego toy line, including all the aliens.
Including the Beetlejuicean.
Yeah, well, I mean, all the aliens are hard to find.
Yeah, I know.
But, yeah. Which I'm pretty proud of.
It's a great line to have all complete there.
Yeah, it's a cool line to have.
And then the Matty Collector.
The Matty Collector, Star Trek 2, I believe.
Yeah. And then we get down to the awesome aliens. We've got some of the reaction figures there for Alien Predator.
It's a mix of just about anybody who's done an alien toy. There should be at least one example there.
The Kenner Alien vs. Predator. There's the recent New York Comic Con special edition Nostromo crew.
Thanks to our pal Dave Gall for that.
Yeah, another reaction alien there. The NECA Alien vs. Predator set that mimics.
Yeah, that's the idea.
That Kenner said.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
The classic vintage Kenner Alien there. It's all original dome and everything.
And then next to the Funko tribute.
Yep, next to the reaction tribute there, that figure, which is pretty cool. The remake, the NPC. Yep, it's a reissue.
The NPC model.
The NPC model, but
the one alien toy I had as a kid.
Yeah, Dave wanted this one.
Wanted that one.
Got this one.
I got that one.
So great story there, kids.
Yeah, super.
Some more reaction figures, of course. The best in Dave and I's opinion of the Funko reaction stuff.
They were based on the original.
They were based on the original
mold.
Yeah, the original mold. So some of the Kenner and NECA aliens items back here. The Queen.
The Hive playset, yeah.
The Hive playset from the Kenner Alien line, and a few of the Kenner Alien, the oddball Scorpion Alien, and we get down here and we've got an H.R. Geiger
good stuff.
art book. Yeah, some The Alien Queen Build-A-Figure was from
Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Hot Toys did a line called Snap Kits, which were basically models that you made into action figures.
Which were these guys, right?
Dragon Ball Z did a lot of those. Gundam did. And a lot of all the human figures down there, and a lot of the Alien and Predator figures are from that line.
Are those Snap Kits?
Yeah, and then there was the Queen was a Build-A-Figure for Wave 2 of Aliens vs. Predator.
Yeah. So pretty darn cool. Very hard.
It's fully articulated and it's amazing.
Very hard to find though.
Yes.
The Hicks and who's the other guy from that?
Hudson. Yeah, they should be coming out any day now.
Yeah.
From another company.
Yeah, the Alien line.
I can't remember the name. And then of course we've got the Galoob, the Galoob's Action Fleet.
Yeah, which was pretty
Dropship
cool. Pretty
and
cool.
APC. Again, the thing about Alien toys is you need to buy them when they come out because they immediately
skyrocket
in price.
Yes. The other aliens at your boxed
the boxed Narcissus space shuttle.
There's some of the Predator kits Dave was talking about.
Yeah.
As you can see, they're pretty darn detailed. They're Hot Toys, so of course they're darn detailed. But
well, the guy with the chrome stuff is actually a Microman Predator.
Yes, this one here.
Yes.
Pretty cool. And that's one of the kits.
Yeah.
Pretty darn neat. And then we get down here to some more alien stuff here.
Yep, this is almost Aliens overflow. There's some Mezco stuff. There's some Mini-Mate stuff. There's just like a random sampling. There's McFarlane's Species 2 Eve. A random Kenner 12-inch alien that I believe came with the Marine, which got messed up.
Yeah.
But just random. There's the Pred alien from I believe that was NECA.
Yep.
And that's another one that's like super expensive.
Yeah. Just some great stuff, man.
Yep.
And then down here, some Star Trek play sets.
That's like the only place I had for them. So we get the transporter play set and the shuttle.
Yep, and the bridge.
The bridge play set. And again, man, I had that play set for like a year and a half, and I'm like, I'm just going to get some figures for it.
Yeah, Dave finally loaded up the bridge. Yeah. Dave finally got the crew involved there.
And Danny, go back.
Oh, okay. Going back.
Riker and Troy are in the right seats now, Dan. I posted a picture of that earlier this year. He's like, Riker and Troy are in the wrong seats.
Leave it to Danny.
Nerd.
Danny's a huge Star Trek nerd. Some great knockoff G.I. Joe carrying cases, combat case figure, action
I believe
figure.
I got a combat case from you.
Yes, you did. And then the action figures collector case. And then, of course, your Marauder figures up here.
Marauder Gunrunner figures, yep.
Which are pretty cool.
I can't remember what the first series was called. I know the second series was called Valkyries.
And some more Marauders.
Yep.
One of the legendary action figure boxes, the Hardcore.
Yep.
Mission Equinox, which was anyone who bought Tomarts in the 90s knew this thing existed, and there's very, very, very limited amount of these got out. But yes. Dave tracked a set of them down.
It was one of the first collector-driven, a collector put together his own toy line.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out the way he hoped.
No, it did not.
But, it's just a neat historical object, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And you don't want you leave the figures in that alone. They're
basically
rotting.
They're resin. They're falling apart.
Couple, they're falling apart.
Yeah, they're just pretty to look at and know that you have.
Yes.
Some more random some alien eggs up here.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out where to put those.
Yeah. And then we move on to Dave's Micronauts. Check out the Micronauts. Micronauts was a great line.
I think it's exploded within the last couple of years.
Yep, Dave kind of got bit by the Micronaut bug and just kept buying cool stuff. Like a lot of the villains are neat. Yeah. A lot of the aliens are cool.
The aliens are very cool.
The Micronauts board game, which we famously played on board.
Well, that got me started. I was like, it's practically a playset.
Yeah, pretty much. It is, actually. That's pretty much exactly because you can play with your figures.
Yep.
The Hornet Droid, which
Hornet Droid I got a long... That's a toy I always wanted. I got that before I was barely collecting anything.
Yeah, which that is just the box. The Hornet Droid is somewhere else.
That is a box with about a third of a Hornet Droid because that was my only bad eBay experience with the seller.
Gotcha.
I've had one or two with getting stuff shipped, but
the Hornet Mushi, which was
this year.
Yep, this year's one of the C2E2 exclusives. Some great Micronauts stuff though, man.
Yeah.
The knockoff Joe.
That's Laser Force.
Yeah, Laser Force from
Gay Toys.
Gay Toys. That was the name of the company.
Yep.
So nobody hate us, but that's what the company was called, was Gay Toys. Serpentera.
The only Power Rangers toy I own.
Yep, because it's a dragon.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Chinese dragon.
Yeah. One of the Trin Masters Voltron figures.
The Witch. Hagar.
Yeah, Hagar. And then, of course, some of the Panache Place, the Skull Tank, and one of the Robo Beasts and
Yeah,
Prince
I would say
Lothar.
my Voltron stuff is the definition of random.
Yeah, pretty much. And then of course the Matty Collector, huge giant Voltron.
Yeah, I suppose I should give a shout out to our pal Wheeler, who basically said, I don't really want mine anymore. I'm like, I will take it.
Yes, Dave goes, I will buy him.
I will get it for a discount.
Yes.
Please.
Down here we've got some great stuff like the Munsters.
Monsters build a set creature Spot.
Yep.
When I was a kid, I loved the Monsters. I love Spot. I always wanted my own pet dragon.
Yeah.
So that was a must get.
And then
Speaking of dragons, yeah, we get the Mystic Knights of Tir na Nog dragon.
Yep.
It's one of those toys that people know, but like, where does this come from?
Yeah. And then of course the Violator van.
Monster rig.
Yeah, the monster rig.
Again, kind of
first series
random.
of Spawn. Really cool.
Yeah. That was another thing that just randomly I always wanted. I always thought it was cool.
And then up here we get Hogwarts.
We get the Great Hall for Hogwarts from Popco, which is a British company that did a line of 4-inch Harry Potter figures.
Which are these guys right up here?
Yeah, a couple of them are in there.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's
knocked over Dave's
common room, and then below that's the room of requirement playset.
Yeah.
And you'll notice they stack together to form a tower.
Yep, they connect
together
there. Yeah, pretty cool. Some Wizard of Oz figures there.
Wizard of Oz, yeah. Well, it's kind of again.
Dragonheart.
There were planned themes, and the planned theme here was that it was going to be like fantasy, and then sci-fi, and then Masters kind of bridged it.
Yes, we've got some the Willow stuff.
Yep.
Pretty much almost the entire line of Willow.
Yeah, I think there's a variant on Willow himself, and that's
Kyrian the baby.
Yeah, and maybe one or two horse guys.
Yeah. Very cool line.
Yep.
Dark Tower, which we again famously played on board.
And again, that's a toy I had as a kid.
Very cool. A fun game. Very cool game.
Very cool game.
The Kraken.
Clash of Titans. That was one of when I really started heavily getting into collecting. That was a early Grail piece.
Yeah, that was a must-have. And then, of course, the actual Clash of the Titans figures, all complete.
Well, I think maybe I need one more sword.
Do you?
Maybe.
And then the see-through Perseus there, the owl,
and Bubo, yeah.
And Bubo. Are those the only two pieces, or was there another piece? It was an add-on.
There might have been another piece, but I don't have it.
Yep. That was an add-on through a customizer that I found on Facebook, sent Dave a message and was like, you might want to get these, and Dave bought them.
Yep.
Because he had one set left. So they're pretty darn cool and well made too. They fit perfectly with those figures. And then moving up, we've got is that a Chatmay?
It's a Chatmay sort of a Snake Temple playset and a Greek boat.
Yeah, the Snake Temple playset back there,
which is waiting for things to be put on it.
Yes, it is. Bunch of Cthulhu. There's our friend Warpo's Call of Cthulhu.
Both of them, actually. Both the Cthulhus, the glow in the dark.
Yeah, yeah. Glow in the dark's hiding back there as Dave dies on me here. There's the glow in the dark one and the regular
random piece of dust got in my
regular Cthulhu. Some cool Cthulhu stuff.
A lot of Cthulhu stuff, yeah. And then Maddie from the Horses of the Apocalypse.
Oh yeah. There's Maddie from Horses of Apocalypse. Fun little line. And then Masters.
Yep.
See, Dave doesn't really hate the Masters.
Not too much.
Not too much, but some a mixture.
I actually really like the 2000X line. I think that has cool.
Yeah, Dave's
inventions of the characters.
Dave's a big fan of the 2000X, but there's some mix of some classics up here, some 2000X.
Yeah.
We get into some more classics here. Some of Dave's favorite characters, some oddball characters that like Castle Grayskull Man.
I had a friend over the other day, and he looked at it. He's like, "Is that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Stanley."
Yeah, the Stanley. There's the Matty Collector Castle Grayskull with
Magic Eyes up top.
Yep. Cal and his girlfriend. There's some. Dave's got some vintage Masters up here. Gwildor, Orko, the vintage castle.
Yeah.
Some more classic stuff mixed in with some.
It's mostly classics with a couple of vintage pieces.
Dave's that was a custom.
The 4-inch.
The 4-inch Stinkor. Yep.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Some great classics and vintage figures, including the vintage He-Man and Battle Cat. There, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. That is I Am Elemental.
It's a great line. We
reviewed.
reviewed.
Line. Yeah, we reviewed it. It was designed by moms to have an action figure line
For girls. Yep. And then October Toys Skeleton Warriors figures that have been released.
Yep.
Baron Dark and the different skeletons there.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's one I wish I'd done. That's just a custom piece. I think our friend Aaron.
There's a horse back there.
Yeah, he's a random horse.
Dave's box Starship Eternia.
It was one of many things that Danny got, and I'm like, that's really cool.
Monkey See, Monkey Do.
Monkey See, Monkey Do.
Dave likes him some Snake Men.
Snake Men are one of my favorite sub teams. I like the Snake Men, and I like the Space Guys.
The new adventure stuff.
Yes. I do like the New Adventure stuff, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool.
And Dave's favorite?
Oh, Butthead?
Butthead. Just so Dave can say Butthead.
Butthead.
Some great shelf of Chat May stuff down here.
Yeah, and then we get the Chat May, the Chaps, and then Thunder the Barbarian stuff in the background.
Yeah, in the
it's
background.
Like really rare, expensive stuff and garbage all on the same shelf.
Yeah. But the Chat May stuff is fun.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's a great, fun little...
It's one of those like cool insider things.
Weird little Cthulhu guy that Chat May did.
Yep, he's a space guy.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. Down here we got some Robotech.
Yep. A couple of random Robotech pieces.
Yeah. Another great line that is looked over.
Well, I don't think it's looked over. I think it's just hard to get.
It's hard to get. The playset especially. The playset's super hard.
Monster hard to get.
There's a random piece of a Gundam right there.
I know, because it keeps falling off.
Speaking of Gundams, the Gundam's down here.
Yep.
Dave's only model kits he's ever put together, really.
Kind of. They were snapped together.
They were snapped together. It makes life easy for David.
Yeah, I thought Gundams were cool for about 10 minutes.
For about 10 minutes.
90s.
Then we get some great... some great Rocks and Bugs and things, and some Mortals, some reissues from our buddy John Kent there.
Yep. And that was the New Jersey the big green one's a New Jersey Comic Con one that's actually supposed to be for G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
He's got a little team logo on it.
Yeah. We got some Bugmen of Insectica down here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Dragon Riders of the Styx figures here.
Which was a cool fantasy, not even a knockoff line, but just kind of riding that wave of D&D and fantasy.
Yeah, there were a lot of them in there. It's a very cool line. That's a very
cool line.
Very hard to track down all of.
They're expensive. They got the bootleg thing going, even though they're not bootlegs.
They've got that whole vibe. Yeah. Arco's The Other World.
Yep.
It's another great line.
Another line. It's kind of one of those.
Kind of kooky.
Kind of kooky. Kind of rare. Kind of hard to get.
The Mark's Knight.
It was actually a Christmas present from my cleaning lady.
Yeah. Pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
Including
Knight and then the armor for
the Silver Knight. And Dave's got some turtles, some vintage turtles.
Yep.
Some new turtles. Technodrome.
Yeah, again, it's a mishmash.
Yeah.
I tend to do that. I tend to just mix everything up.
Dave's got some cool pieces, though. The Krang body, some of the movie pieces.
Yeah.
Some of the new pieces. We get... now, the Hippo was actually from our buddy Ben Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Hippo was in Laser Sorcerers, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's actually kind of inspired by a D&D species from Spelljammer.
Speaking of Monkey See, Monkey Do, look at the Hornhead Madball popper there.
Well, I've had him for a while.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Did you buy him before or after I bought mine?
After.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Monkey See, Monkey Do. Dave likes him some Triceratons back there.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm keen to get more
someday. Some Cowboys of Moo Mesa, which
that's
again...
another one that you got those. I'm like, those are kind of neat. I kind of
again, Monkey See, Monkey Do.
Yeah, no. Speaking of monkeys.
Monkeys!
My Grodd shelf.
Great monkeys.
Gorilla Grodd and his minions.
And his minions.
And boyfriend.
Oh, yes.
Maurice.
Maurice is Gorilla Grodd's boyfriend.
In my fan canon, yes.
Yes. Yes, comma, yes.
It's a very complicated relationship.
Some random
McFarlane. Yeah. Again, it kind of fits in with the mutant animal-y theme.
Yeah, some big crazy guys there.
There's a logic.
And then we move on to on the side. Oh, look. I found Loki.
Yeah. I did that on purpose.
We've got some Dave's got the four
the
comic
original,
book.
Yeah, the Playmates original turtle version.
Yep. They're just for people wondering, there's a Magneto mask that Puppet Devall was supposed to wear that we never used. Yeah, we never got around to.
Well, because I kind of hung it on the poster and it looked cool.
Speaking of Marvel, Dave's Marvel Universe.
Yep.
The 3 3/4 inch line.
Yeah,
and
some of the. I was only gonna buy 3 figures of.
Yeah, boy, that didn't last, did it?
Hobgoblin, Wolverine, and I forget what the third one was.
Dave's got a pretty large run of them now.
Yeah, it's not quite complete, but it's pretty close.
It's pretty darn close. I mean, just look at them all. There's a ton of them. Wait till we get to them.
This is just the X-Men shelf.
Yeah, that's just the X-Men shelf, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then come down here to the Secret Wars,
which is complete because it's got the European guys.
Yeah.
Which I'm very proud of.
Yeah, there's Constrictor back there and Electro.
And
Iceman.
Both versions of Wolverine.
Yeah, both versions. Black Claws and Silver Claws.
Yep.
So, pretty cool. The playsets around here somewhere, too.
Yeah, it's by the helicarrier.
Yeah, it's by the helicarrier. Some Marvel Lego.
Yeah. Just kind of randomly Marvel Legos.
And then Marvel Superhero Squads.
Yeah, it's kind of. And then there's some... there's a few Legends in there.
Legends down there.
Don't go anywhere else.
Yeah, hiding down there.
Yeah. Again, the bottom shelves tend to be weird and random.
That's usually how it works.
Here we get the Helicarrier versus the Tower of Doom.
Yes. So very, very cool.
Little homage to the best moment of the Avengers movie.
Yes.
Where they're all standing in a circle. And yes, I did research and everyone's in the right position. I'm a nerd.
Yes, Dave is. That's okay. We all are, Dave. The Infinity Gauntlet from San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. And of course, more. There's their
Space guys. Yeah,
Funko Pop Coulson.
Yep.
A bunch of the Marvel Universe space guys here.
We get kind of into Guardians, at least comic version. And,
Movie versions.
No, they don't have movie versions in 4-inch. Except for Groot. Well, Groot was from a weird subline.
Well, I meant moving into the movie versions.
And then, we'll get Avengers 2.
Yeah.
Down here.
So, some fun stuff there.
A couple of civilian versions. Really hastily cobbled together. Steve Rogers.
Yeah, it works.
Tony was cobbled together too, but then they actually did a Tony, so.
Yes.
Avengers?
The one of the first box sets, the exclusive they did for Marvel Universe.
That's the Invaders.
Yeah, it's the Invaders set.
But it's on the Avengers shelf. And then they're broken down into teams. There's like an Ultimates, there's a Dark Avengers, there's kind of a Classic and a West Coast and a New Avengers. Bad guys in the back. There's weird logic and patterns to all of it.
Yeah, there's a rhyme and a reason to it all.
Yeah.
Moving down to like the Hulk stuff.
The Hulk. The Hulk is my favorite. So he gets a lot of love on these shelves.
A lot of Hulk.
I like Hulk.
Old man Logan back there.
Yep, old man, but he's got a baby Hulk.
He does have a baby Hulk.
Yes. That's why he's on that shelf.
Red She-Hulk, Red Hulk. There's the Eric Bana.
Yep. Well, he's the only 4-inch scale banner we've got.
Yeah, pretty much. Some of the Thor characters here.
Yeah, just in a Thor. And it's kind of cool because they did what's his name? The Rockman from Hulk's World Breakers.
Yes.
From Planet Hulk, but he was originally in the first issue of Thor.
Right.
Because he's a Rockman from Venus. So it's a thematic bridge.
It is a thematic bridge.
Because again, I'm a nerd. I have weird OCD things going on. Kind of a Captain America, Shield, Hydra, more Hydra than anything else.
Yeah.
And then it drifts into Iron Man.
A lot of Iron Man.
Well, they made a lot of Iron Man.
Baymax!
Yep, Baymax just kind of in the middle of it.
Well, yeah. Why not? First Captain America movie there.
Yep.
Then we get down to the Justice League.
Yes, and they're on the bottom shelf, not because I necessarily dislike them, but because they fall over a lot, and they've broken toys that they've landed on.
Yes.
So now they're on the floor.
Yeah, Justice League Unlimited figures do not tend to stand up well.
They fall over like nobody's business.
Yeah, they do not tend to stand up well.
No.
And then we continue on. Dave's got a bunch of Hot Wheels up here. So
yep, a bunch of Batmobiles.
Bunch of Batmobiles. Detective Comics, a lot of Batmobiles there. Yeah. It's more Batman stuff. The Build-A-Figure...
the
Calabac,
Calabac variation.
Yeah. A couple of Superpowers figures there, and
yeah.
So the DC multiverse, universe, the movie stuff.
What? Oh yeah. That's Reeve Superman and Keaton Batman.
Yeah. Arkham City Black and White, the Catwoman and Batman.
Yep.
Then we get down into some Marvel Universe, some Spider-Mans. Which is pretty cool.
Spider-Man's and street level guys,
yep.
Basically. And then we drift over into kind of disappointing 4-inch
DC lines.
Yeah. Multiverse wasn't bad. I just wish they'd expanded their range.
Yep, I agree.
Like they just did, we were just talking about Flash and Arrow for 6-inch multiverse. I'm like, I would kill for those figures in 4-inch scale.
There's the Justice League.
Hall of Doom.
Hall of Doom. That very much looks like Stewie as Darth Vader.
Well, yeah, like 20 years before Family Guy was over.
Well, yeah. But a lot of the Dave's got a bunch of the Imaginext stuff.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool.
One thing I do a lot with DC is there are two teams that I sometimes try to complete. One is Legion of Doom, and the other is the Justice League International.
Yeah.
Which is harder to do, but
some more DC Lego stuff and. Yep. Those are random clowns for the Joker, including Krusty.
bunch of clown figures from Joker's gang.
A little bunch of
great more random DC.
Yeah.
And then a little turtle.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's move on to the far wall here. All right, no toy collection is complete without Jesus.
You know, this is actually normally when I do the thing. This is normally where I start. Is of course with our Lord and Savior.
Yes.
And then
Amen.
again, it's just a weird foreign scale.
Triceratops.
It's like Dragon Riders of the Styx, but for Bible.
Jesus, Triceratops.
Well,
Jesus, Triceratops.
what, you've never seen the famous picture of Jesus riding a velociraptor?
I have not, but it amazes me. And believe it or not, this Jesus line is really hard to come by.
It's not easy to find.
Yeah, it's not easy to find
it's
at
not
all.
necessarily expensive when you find it, but finding it's like hard.
One of Dave's all-time favorite play sets.
This was one that I had as a kid and I loved. It's the Mark's Dinosaur Mountain, also repackaged as the 1 million BC playset.
Yes. Which actually, the 1 million BC playset is harder to find.
They're both really hard to find.
And the T-Rex back here is
T-Rex, the Triceratops you were focusing on, and the Brontosaurus right in the front.
Land of the Lost.
No.
No?
They're not. I can't remember what they're called. It's, Savage Warriors or something.
Oh.
It's its own little toy line.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I thought it was Land of the Lost, but it's not.
And then moving on to the Jurassic Park compound
Yeah.
playset. Nee. It's a very cool playset.
And a couple of Zevaz dinosaurs. Skeletons.
There's some Back to the Future Doc Brown and the exclusive Marty with Einstein from a Japanese magazine, which was kind of odd.
Yeah.
Random.
I'm pretty sure that Einstein was reissued as Barney.
Oh, yeah.
The Ultrasaurus from a place called Definitely Dinosaurs.
A lot of Definitely Dinosaurs figures up here, you'll see.
I have all the... I don't have all of them. I'm missing one of the place called Definitely Dinosaurs, the big dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And then I have the complete... for Jurassic Park, I have all the dinosaurs from the first movie line.
Yes.
And then I have a chunk of them from Lost World, and I have one or two from other movies.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the big T-Rex that eats things.
Yes, that's from Lost World.
Yes, very cool.
I actually prefer the red one right there.
Yeah.
I think it's cooler.
Yeah.
And then you can see the Ultrasaurus in the background.
From Jurassic Park 3?
From Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, that's right.
I do not have the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3. I really want it, but...
Some more dinosaurs. Oh, look at them, they're so cute!
That's Jurassic Park Jr. That actually was one of the progenitors for what became Galactic Heroes.
Yeah.
Which became Hasbro's big Heroes line, which is sort of continuing to this day.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, they're more consciously aping Imaginext now. But
yeah. There's the famous McFarlane Jaws box set that's super hard to find these days.
I bought it at the time because I love Jaws.
Yeah, now it's worth all the money.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Reaction Jaws box set with the reaction figures up here.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. Some more Imaginext.
Some more, Black Manta and Aquaman. I don't know why I love Black Manta, because he's a guy that always loses to Aquaman.
Which
and there's just a part of me
feel sorry for.
Yeah, I just sort of identify with that. You know,
Yes.
it's like your nemesis is Aquaman.
Some more Harry Potter stuff, including some more of the...
a lot more of the Popcos,
Yeah.
and then a little bit of the Mattel stuff.
A lot of the Popcos, though. Dave's got a good selection of the Popco stuff.
Yeah.
Which is actually... It's a shame Mattel didn't license the Popco stuff and release it, because it's amazing.
It's fantastic. I mean, they all have little tiny wands,
Yeah.
separate pieces, and
They come with cool stuff.
they come with incredible accessories.
Because there's the Basilisk. The Basilisk.
Basilisk is Mattel.
Yep, it's a Mattel. And, of course, some of
Yeah, the big creatures are Mattel.
Yeah, some of the that's a Lord of the Rings.
That's a Balrog.
That's a Balrog, but some more.
Yeah, he's part of that line that's up on the wall there.
Yeah, and then some more Popco.
Yeah. Mad-Eye
Moody
and Hagrid are Popco.
Yeah, great.
And NECA.
Dark Crystal.
Skeksis.
Middle Earth Toys.
Toy Vault.
Gollum and Ugluk and.
Which is a weird little toy line that came out right before Jackson's films.
Yeah. And speaking of Jackson's films.
Well, actually, speaking of Bakshi's film.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's all the figures. They're not. I need the swords for the two hobbits. Dang it.
Yeah, but.
And then I don't have the horses.
No. Hard line to find, though.
Yeah, well, no, it's not a hard line to find. It's a hard line to afford.
Yeah, that's true. Game of Thrones.
A little bit Game of Throneage.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Jackson Lord of the Rings stuff.
Yeah, here we get into it pretty heavy.
All the Toy Biz stuff.
Yeah, that was one Christmas I was like, Toys R Us had everything on sale. I'm like, I could get the whole Fellowship for cheap. Why would I not?
It was a pretty amazing line. I mean, it was a great...
Cool. It just predates Marvel Legends, so the first wave had a lot of action features, but
yes.
they did them really well.
Yes, they did. And then we get the Hobbit.
The Heartbreaking Bridge Direct line that was never completed.
Yep.
Including a Radagast that was only released in Europe.
Yep. Which Dave, through thanks to
one of our fans
on the Toy World Order fan group, hooked Dave up with that.
Fans hooked me up.
Yeah.
And I was an idiot. He offered it to me, and I thought he was talking about the 6-inch one. And I said no thanks. And like a year later, he's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Dang it.
Wait a minute.
The Hobbit Lego set there.
Yeah, there's two of them. There's the bag end, which is in the front, and then there's a chunk of the Only Mountain set.
Yep.
It's a big play set, but I just wanted a dragon.
And then some random. Dave's got some random 12-inch figures like Hasbro, the newer film
Ape Soldier,
from
it's a classic. It's a classic Soldier, but it's a newer Hasbro toy.
Yeah.
Lolita, I can't remember who.
Side Girls?
Maybe Side Girls. I don't think it's Side Girls. No. Actually. Her name is Lolita.
Some great military figures.
Barbed wire, and then a 21st century terrorist on the bike.
Yeah.
That was a controversial figure because that came out right before Columbine.
Yes. And we get some
the dark trench coat.
We'll get to more G.I. Joes, but there's just some of Dave's G.I. Joe collection. Cobra Commander.
It's kind of Commander-ish, bad guy-ish, 12-inch-ish.
The Invaders? Was that the name?
The Intruders.
The Intruders.
That's the Intruder Commander.
Super Joe?
Nope. Adventure Team.
Adventure Team.
Yep. Yeah. They were weird little Neanderthal guys.
Yes, they were. Some great, more bad guys. Some Bioshock stuff over here.
Yeah. Because it matches up with the diving guy.
Yeah.
Again, there's a logic to it.
Moving down, we get some more...
12-inch Joeage.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of those guys are 21st century. They're Joes, but they're in 21st century
21st century outfits, yeah.
The Irishikage Dojo, which is between... This is a stupid joke, but I find it funny. It's between a crouching tiger and a somewhat hidden dragon.
And you'll see a lot with Dave's displays, things like this.
What? The bonsai tree?
No, rubbing the tiger's belly.
That's from the comic that came with that 2-pack. Is that's how Snake Eyes the tiger's been starved for 3 days and it comes at Snake Eyes and he rubs its belly and makes friends with it.
Some McFarlane monsters, Malbolgia,
this used to be a bigger monster shelf, but as I mentioned, it all got moved over to that bookcase.
Yeah.
Because the DC stuff kind of keeps popping.
That is one of the favorite things that Dave has in his collection is the little gargoyle from the WCW line that came with the dog-faced gremlin, Scott Steiner.
Yep.
Get it? Because he's a dog-faced gremlin.
Yep. Scott Steiner's in a box somewhere in the closet.
Poor Scott Steiner. That's probably where he's at in real life.
Ooh, ouch. Yeah.
Some DC stuff. We start getting into the Mattel DC...
Yeah. Kirby, Third World. Or Fourth World.
Fourth World.
My bad. Yeah. And then some... Kind of get into the Batman section.
Oh boy, did we get into the Batman section.
Well, there's a Batman section and then there's a DC section.
Try to get as much of these shelves as we can for you guys, but there's a lot to look at. I mean, just a lot of real estate here that Dave has over the years expanded these shelves, and trust me, there's no more room on these shelves, really. Yeah. It's probably a good thing this line ended for Dave, because
yeah, it's for the best.
Yeah, boy was it. But a lot of great stuff Dave's got hiding on these shelves. That a lot of rare figures, a lot of harder to find figures these days.
Yeah.
Like, how many people can say they've got the completed Parallax from the movie line?
I don't think many people. And he is complete, even though you can't see his bottom half. It is complete.
He is there. Yeah, it's all there, buddy.
Yep.
Let me tell you what, Dave basically had to order the rest of that line from Big Bad Toy Store.
I had to order like everything after Wave 2
from
Big Bad Toy Store.
But the DC stuff is immense and a lot of real estate. And then you get into the... And these actually are the NECA knockoffs.
These are knockoffs.
And they're just as good as the NECA stuff. So if anyone's...
They're just as good, yeah.
Yeah, if anyone's thinking, should I buy the knockoffs? You want to buy... If you can't afford the NECAs, buy these because they're spectacular.
Yeah.
And then more Hulk. Hulk.
Well, we kind of go from Green Lantern to the Turtles to the Hulk.
Hogan Hulk.
Yeah. Well, again, I have a dumb sense of humor.
The Pit, Wolverine on the classic Wolverine on top of classic Wendigo back there.
Yeah, as in issue 183.
Yeah. Of course, we get some scrolls and the Mad Titan.
Well, that's the space stuff in the background there. It's space stuff in front of the Fantastic Four.
There's another Build-A-Figure that not many people have.
What, Ronin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a hard line to find that Fantastic Four
Was
with.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
It was a hard line to find. You probably got lucky finding them all at once.
I Yeah, I guess. I didn't even look too hard. The one I regret not getting is the Spider-Man 3.
Yes,
I have a few figures, but I don't have
the Build-A-Figure Sandman.
Yeah, because they reissued a couple of characters. I'm like, ugh, I don't need another Green Goblin. Green Gremlin. I'm tired.
Dave's got a lot of Marvel Legends here, guys.
Yeah, this is my X-Men stuff. Like Hulk and X-Men are my two big comics when I was into comics, and Batman. But
Avengers.
Yeah, we get into Avengery stuff.
All the Giant Mans.
Yep. Including poor Bill Foster.
The
Stanley,
the Asgardians,
supposed to be right in the middle of it all. I don't think that quite works out anymore, but that was the idea. Kind of going Excelsior.
Some great. These were San Diego Comic exclusives. The
I love the Doom.
the Superhero Squad.
Robe, and little fluffy slippers.
Yep. The great fun little line there. All the Spider-Mans. So many Spider-Mans. Pretty amazing though when you look at it and you just go, holy crap. Some Luke Cage there, Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Got our Netflix heroes, as we're calling them now.
Yes. Hey, it's the Defenders.
Yay! I do.
Yay.
I remember. Not many people else probably will, but...
Well, if you read Toy Fair, they bagged on them mercilessly.
I know. There's one of these Sandman Build-A-Figures.
That's not a Build-A-Figure. That was a weird...
oh, was that the weird 12-inch kind of...
Not 12-inch, but like an 8 or 9-inch.
Yeah.
They did him and they did Spider-Man.
That's right.
Yeah, Ultimate.
Come on. Look how cute little MODOK is. He's so good. He's so adorable.
That's why I bought him.
I know.
We drift from the Ultimates into the movie stuff.
A lot of movie stuff. That early Walmart wave Thor is awful looking.
He's pretty bad.
Yeah, there's the Banner Hulk, the big Rotocast one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's almost kind of accurate to scale, too.
Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep.
Now, was that a Hasbro or was that a Disney?
Hasbro.
Okay. I don't remember them releasing that, but...
he might have been a store exclusive, too. He might have been a Walmart exclusive.
Yeah.
I think he was the one that came also with Ultimate Spider-Man.
I got you. And some great... some more great movie stuff here.
Yep, more movie stuff. A little bit of a tribute to the X-Men cartoon.
X-Men movie.
Get into the Watchmen stuff.
Yeah, from Matty Collector.
DC Direct and Matty Collector.
Yeah.
The movie stuff is DC Direct, and then the comic stuff is Matty.
We get into some DC stuff.
And then we drift into DC movies. See, there's a lot.
I know. Some of the TV heroes. Yeah, movie and TV.
Yeah, get into my what was that line called?
Doink the Clown.
Yeah, well, Doink's part of the Joker's gang.
Yeah.
What was that line called, Jason? The DC stuff that was movie based.
I'm blank. I don't remember.
Ghostbusters was part of it too, technically.
Movie? No, I don't.
Movie
remember.
Masters. Yes,
Movie Masters. Yes.
And then we get into some of the independent comic characters.
Yeah, Wildcats and a lot of the Playmate stuff. A lot of the Toy Biz. The
first wave, at least, of the comic legends.
Yep. Moving down.
Yep, we kind of get a tonal shift to The Simpsons.
A lot of cool Simpsons stuff. Playmates made a lot of Simpsons stuff over the years.
Yeah.
And we've got the Lego Simpsons house, the Matt Groening figure from NECA.
Yep.
And then moving on to more Playmate stuff. So much you look at it and go, Playmates made so much.
Oh yeah, they milked that line for.
We get to some great Jim Henson figures, Muppets, and Sesame Street. The Sesame Street stuff is that Tomy?
No, I can't remember what it was called. It was some weird.
Those were a '90s line.
Yeah, it's not a big name company.
Cookie, Big Bird, Bert, Ernie, and Oscar were kind of all posable, and then Grover was the only figure out of it that was a bendable. Yep. There's Weird Al back there.
Yep.
And then some great Palisades. Amazing line from Palisades, the Muppets line. The original Fisher-Price lineup for Muppets.
Yeah.
Dave and I both have all those, and they came with these weird little...
those little stick things.
Yep, they were play puppets, basically. So you could use the little stick and the legs, you can make them bow and all this stuff. Piggy here was a finger puppet.
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
Yeah, it was very bizarre that she was a finger puppet. Some more Palisade stuff. Some of the Star Wars, the Disney park exclusive Star Wars stuff there for the Muppets. It's pretty cool.
Chicken that always falls over.
Yeah.
Terron, the Beast from Beyond.
That's from Super Joe.
is in the background, and they are from Super Joe.
Yeah, they are Super Joe. And some more random. What was the space line called back here, Dave? For Joe.
Manimals.
Manimals. Yeah.
There was Star Brigade, which had the Lunatrix Empire,
right.
and then the Manimals were a canceled wave of figures that KB Toys brought back in the 90s.
Yeah. And finished them off, didn't they?
Nope. They only did the first 3 out of 6.
We get to more Joe stuff here.
We're getting into, there's kind of a theme of Toxo Vipers and zombies and weird medical experiments.
You can tell pretty quick that Dave's a big hiss collector.
Yes, I do like hisses. Although technically those are septic tanks, most of those. Get into kind of a weird Crimson Guard.
Cobra helicopter from the Jover's Cobra line?
I believe so.
Yeah.
It's New Sculpt era.
Yep. Some more great Joe pieces here. The mass device. And some of the movie characters here.
Yep.
Movie Baroness and movie Destro and the Doctor.
The Doctor. Rex Lewis.
Rex Lewis. Some great, of course, again, you can tell, like Dave said, the theme. We've got our Arctic guys.
It's Moray. Moray's one of my favorite vehicles. It's all crewed out with lampreys, and it's got a bunch of divers in the back.
Pretty darn cool.
Yeah. Medical guys. Some Scalpel and a couple Meta Vipers, and then
Big
Dr.
Boa.
Physical trainer. The guys with the yellow webbing, I just decided were my air cavalry. I'm tired.
Yeah, that makes sense. More hisses.
We get the official Crimson Guard unit. Even with a flag now.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool.
He's a flag carrier.
Probably
Devall's favorite.
Yes. Whole lot of...
Vipers are one of my favorite... it's probably my favorite army builder.
Yes.
So I do have a few. Whenever I would go to JoeCon, I'd always buy it. They had a 6-pack, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
I have one
Vipers.
still carded.
Yeah.
But I would always buy one.
We get our Cobra main baddies here.
Yeah, well, there's a whole medley of Cobra Commanders.
Yes.
And then the other assorted chief guys.
Whole bunches of them.
Yeah.
Little snake in a case right there.
Yeah, that's from the first movie. In the movie, it's a cobra, but they made it a coral snake for a reason.
Yeah. And then we get what Dave is using as Castle Destro.
Yeah, it's the Prince Caspian Castle from Narnia.
Which a lot of people wouldn't think to use the Narnia Castle.
But somebody did, because I copied it.
That's true.
A lot of these neat setups are things that I have copied from other people. I will be absolutely 100% upfront about that.
But, heck of an idea.
Yes.
There's Piper.
Yep, there's Piper. There's a tribute to issue, I think, 49 on the little walkway with Destro and
right here, Destro and Mindbender carrying the mummy.
Stealing a mummy to make Serpentor.
Yes. Some more great Joe stuff here. Pretty amazing. And then Dave's got a bunch of like the Toxo Eel, which was the custom class figure. And we got a bunch of the carded Collector Club, subscription service, San Diego Comic-Cons there.
Yeah.
Some Action Force carded, Red Shadow, Baron Ironblood.
If it's something that I don't really want to open, but it's expensive, it's on that wall.
Am I right? Did I remember right? Did Baron Ironblood in the Action Force comics become Destro?
Yeah. No, Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He kills off all of the Red Shadows and restarts his Cobra.
That's right.
Reboots.
Then we've got on the bottom shelf here, we've got a whole massive just...
Stingers and stuns and...
It's a custom vehicle that Dave bought a few years ago.
Yes. Rats. I can't remember the guy who does. Evac Labs.
Yep.
Evac Labs.
It's pretty darn. It's impressive.
He takes like farm equipment models and combines them with his tanks and stuff, and they're really super cool. And I would love to have more.
The Terradrome all decked out with people.
If you notice, most of the guys have rolled up sleeves because it is Casual Friday.
It is Casual Friday.
I'm not kidding.
Get some more again, hisses. Terradrome decked out there in the front with some soldiers and
again, even the hisses have like little themes and
one of Dave's
the Bio Viper.
Yeah, Dave loves him some Bio Viper.
And then they had that M Bison who's in the exact same colors.
Yep.
So he's Bio Viper Commander.
He's the leader of the Bio Vipers. Yeah. Dave likes him some Crocs.
Crocodile's one of my favorites.
Because he loves some Crocmaster.
And crocodiles are one of those animals that the toys usually don't look very good. So whenever I find a good crocodile or alligator, I buy it.
We told you you'd see the Hornet toy again.
Yep.
Look at that.
He's kind of there with the Cobra Law guys in the background.
Yeah.
That was the logic of that.
Kind of see them hanging out back there.
Yeah, those are the what I call the great pretenders, the guys that wanted to try to knock off Cobra Commander at one point or another.
Yes. We've got some Dreadnoks, the whole...
the Nox?
Yeah, the whole mess of Dreadnoks here. Whole mess of Dreadnoks. Look at all the Dreadnoks. And all those motorcycles Dave has procured from other lines, and most of them.
No, they're all from Masato. Either Masato, yeah, I think so. And then there's like a Harley Davidson subline.
Yeah.
So most of those should be Harleys, because I figured the Dreadnoks would want a quality machine.
Pretty cool.
I don't know.
Dave's
my Red Shadow collection.
Again,
that's like one of my weird little pride and joys. I love the Red Shadows.
One of the coolest, couple of the coolest Action Force figures, Skeletron and Kraken.
Yep.
It was pretty darn neat.
And the coolest vehicle ever.
Yes.
The Robo Skull.
Robo Skull, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Mine
is 2 pieces away from being complete.
Yes.
And what's cool is if you saw the new Star Wars movie, it was a 2-seater TIE Fighter. That's what that is. It's a 2-seater TIE Fighter, basically. The wings flip around, and it's a 2-seater.
Very cool. We start getting into some...
you notice some bats in the background, and that kind of drifts slowly into...
Transformers.
Yeah.
Including the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover with
Shockwave
Tank, and a couple of little Ravages here, or the movie Ravages.
Yeah, that was the thing. This happens a lot with me. I'll buy stuff at the same time, and I'll be upstairs opening them up and kind of playing around with them, and they become linked in my head.
Yes.
And I put one of those little guys on the tread. I'm like, that's cool.
One of Dave's favorite characters of all time, Shockwave.
Shockwave is one of my favorites.
Yeah. A lot of Shockwaves down here.
Yes.
Including the vintage Shockwave.
Yep.
The
vintage knockoff Shockwave.
The vintage the radio the Shockwave, I think is what they called him. And then a lot of the other different Shockwaves through the years here. Quakewave.
Alternator. Yeah, there's a lot of Shockwaves. The crazy Steamboat Shockwave.
Yeah, the crazy Steamboat Shockwave. A couple other Transformers hiding down here.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the Steamboat Shockwave that is entirely too fragile for its own good. One of the earliest third-party Transformers, I believe.
I have no idea.
There's the Toys R Us exclusive Masterpiece Optimus with the trailer.
Yeah.
And Spike is probably somewhere around here.
Well, Movie Spike is on top of him.
Yeah, Movie Spike is up here.
There he is. I just recycled a Shia LaBeouf figure from Indiana Jones.
A lot of Optimuses back here.
Yeah. Including my favorite, which is Super Fire Convoy.
Yes.
Which is the fire truck one.
Yep. Very cool when he's combined with the Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, I like him as he is. Although I do have the Ultra Magnus right there. So.
And of course, you'll notice Dave's got a thing for the Combaticons.
Those are the Stunticons.
Or the Stunticons, I mean.
But I do like combiner teams for the bad guys.
Yes.
So that's a vintage Menasor and then the new Combiner Wars Menasor. Yeah. And then we get a bunch of Bruticai.
Get a bunch of...
There's movie Bruticai, the big one, and then...
Yeah. Constructicons.
Yeah. Oh, no, not Bruticus. Devastator.
Devastator.
Yeah, and then a bunch of Shockwaves.
Soundwave.
Sure.
Dave's tired, ladies and gentlemen.
I just buy them. I don't like what they're called.
Look, gang. Another Creo. That one's not near the garbage where it should be.
Yeah, there's one or two that slip through the cracks.
A lot of Soundwaves, a lot of Constructicons.
Yeah.
There's a vintage Devastator next to his Big Daddy there.
Yeah.
Butcher Tomb. Unicron's back here. And
that was a Christmas present from my mom.
Yeah.
Then we get into the Bruticai.
Then we get the Bruticais, the Combaticons.
Yes.
And some Beast Wars and Machine Wars figures.
Yeah. I kind of like some of the Beast Wars and Machine Wars figures, frankly.
People really hated on that Generations Tankor, but he's probably one of my favorite Generations figures. He's simple and clunky and fun.
One of my favorite characters, if Superfly Convoy is my favorite Optimus, then Transmetal 2 Megatron is my favorite Megatron.
Yes.
And I have him, I have Cryotech, and then I have a Big Lots knockoff.
Yeah. We get some more Beast Wars and Generations figures back here.
Waspinator. Waspinator is another favorite character of mine.
Yeah. And then, of course, the vintage Scorponok.
Yep.
Complete.
Just got that.
Yep. From our buddy...
Matt.
Yeah, our buddy Matt. Dinobots
and Grimlock again. If I had to pick two favorites, it'd be Shockwave and Grimlock. So
Dave loves him some Grimlock.
I love my dinosaurs.
And then there's the part of the third-party Build-A-Figure.
It's a chunk.
It is
it's 2/3.
chunk.
It's 3/5.
Yeah, 3/5. I'm missing the arms.
Working on it.
Yep. As soon as they come out. Some more Dinobots here.
Yep.
We get to the Sharkticons.
Sharkticons and a third-party Quintesson, which is weird that Hasbro has never thought to do a movie-accurate Quintesson.
Yeah, I know. Complete Trypticon.
Yes, I believe so. No, he's missing one gun from one of the small guys.
Oh, yeah, that thing's hard to find. Then we get some more various, and Jetfire, and...
Yeah, a couple Jetfires.
Yeah, some more Generations and animated figures here.
Yeah, animated kind of got shoved off to the ghetto where they belong.
Oh, poor animated figures.
Great show, but just I don't like the design.
Predaking.
Predaking is another...
The Beast... Oh, what was that one? That was just out.
I don't know.
Beast Hunters?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that Predaking. And some more
Blaster. Yeah.
We get the Protectobots, the new Combiner Wars Protectobots there.
Vintage Abominus.
Yeah, Vintage Abominus. There's the Combiner Sentai Mickey Mouse Disney team, which we reviewed a couple years ago on ToyWorldOrder. It was fun.
Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Fun little set.
Your wife almost didn't let me get it back.
Monstrous, the GoBots Villainous Combiner, which actually he and Puzzler predate any of the Combiner teams.
Yada.
Yeah, I like to show that Dave's face. It's fun. Some more Sesame Street, some more Muppets Palisades, and even some GoBots. Look, Dave's got some Rocklords, Gnarlies there.
And Rocklord and Gnarlies.
Yes, Dave does have a Rocklord.
But that one's kind of cool.
Some more some Mighty Mugs.
Yeah.
We get some more Transformers here, and then of course good old who made that? Was that Mezco or was that?
I believe it was Mezco.
Yeah, Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
And he's always there because that one Transformer looks kind of like Zorak.
Yes, he does. This one right here. That one right there.
Wow.
And of course we get some more the rest of the Playmates.
Yeah, the rest of the Simpsons, yeah.
Mattel's Simpsons line from the early '90s.
When the show just started.
Yep. And they didn't last long. They lasted that was
that one way.
That's it right there. That's all they did. And of course some more Playmate stuff and Treehouse. Yeah.
Mole Man is the king of the mole people.
Yeah.
Again, I like my little jokes.
Well, there you go. That's only part, and I say that's only part of Dave Draper's. Ooh. That's only part of Dave Draper's toy collection. We're going to take a look at the rest of it tomorrow. So, Merry Christmas Part 1, and then you have to come back the day after Christmas and check out Part 2, which is just...
Boxing Day.
Yeah, Boxing Day. Come back Boxing Day. Canadians, come by. It'll be fun. Not that kind of boxing. Oh. We can come by and we'll check out Part 2 of Dave's amazing collection tomorrow on youtube.com/ToyWorldOrder and ToyWorldOrder.com. So check it out, and until tomorrow, gang.
Keep playing with your toys.
Take care, guys. Ow, stop it.